Hi guys, Nancy here from Loombicious. Today we're going to create this cute French Bulldog. It's a puppy again, so he's quite tiny, but he is so cute. I will make this one in 3 colors. This one is in, well, two-tone, but only the snout is a little bit different. So my next French Bulldog puppy will be with 3 colors. Yay! So we're going to create this cute doggy, and this will probably be part 1, but we will see how this goes. So let us start. My main body color will be caramel again, this color, and I will use black for the snout this time, and some where is this color from? I'll have to check. Camouflage 10 again for the stomach and the inner color of the ear. Or you can also use white for the stomach. But I will use this 10 color again. So let us begin, guys. Well, what should we do first? We start with the ears. The ears will be done with main body color. So grab your main body color and we need to double loop everything. So just singles double looped. Follow me. No, stop there. This will be your inner ear color. So also a single double looped. And then continue with your main body color again. This kind of looks weird, but just follow me. It will be okay. Now we're going to do the opposite side. So this is all single double looped, main body color, the inner ear color, and the rest is with the main body color. Now place one here, double looped, main body color, and continue upwards. And one double looped diagonally. Now grab a single main body color and wrap that around this peg 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. If you can't manage 5 times, 4 times will do. Because this might snap, but I will see. Grab another single main body color. Create a horizontal band, also double loop it. One more. Double looped horizontal main body color. And one more. Now grab your inner ear color. Wrap a single band around your hook 3 times. Lift up the just placed horizontal band and slide that band over. This will be the inner ear. Repeat this 2 more times for the other 2 horizontal bands. And then we will have to make a tiny extension for the ear. I guess we can do that on Loom too. So grab your ear, main body color, ear color. I'm checking. Yeah. One single double looped. Another single double looped. Now grab a single main body color, wrap that around 4 times. This will be a tiny extension on the side of the ear. The longer side of the ear. Loom this, loom those 2 double looped bands. Have this on your hook. So have it on your hook. You have 4 loops around your hook. We're going to place them around this peg. Those 4 loose loops. So place it around there. And just let it hang for now. We will attach that cap band later, after we loomed the ear. So let us continue. Go behind your cap band. Grab the first double loop band you come across and simply loom up this entire row. We don't have to do anything weird here or hard. Just loom up that side. Grab the next diagonally double loop band. And we're going to loom up. Continue looming, go behind your extension, behind the horizontal band, loom up. And loom up once more, but now stick your hook through the cap band. I will stick it through like this from the top to the bottom. Make sure you have 4 loops around your hook. Kind of pull on them a bit. This will be tricky. We need to slide it over onto this double loop band. So I'm kind of maneuvering. Well, you can do it like this, I guess. Lift up that last loomed double loop band. This is tricky. Take your time. We need to slide over this cap band onto there. Take your time. This really is tricky. It might snap. You might have to do this again. Like this. Now it's attached. But this is tricky. It took me, well, a couple of times before this worked for me. So be careful. Then take 2 tying bands, as you can see what I'm doing. Tie off the ear. This will be 1 ear. Obviously, you have to create a second ear, but you do have to mirror that one. So instead of placing 4 double looped bands on this side, you will put them on this side. So main body color, then your inner ear color, and you will put the extension on this side. The rest will be exactly the same. The ear is the same but mirrored. So I hope you guys do understand how to do that, because I already mirrored my other ear. And you have to do this. Stick your hook through the top of the ear, the cap end on top, the 5 looped cap end, 5 loops around there, pull on it. You need to kind of shape the ear a tiny bit. This will be part of the inner ear too, like this. And this is 1 ear, and you do have to mirror that other ear, so the extension is on the other side. So I hope that will work out just fine, but I guess you guys can manage to do that. So create a second ear but mirrored. And let us continue with the head. We're going to do the head first. Yay! It's always the most funny part, I guess. I believe so. Well, grab 2 main body color. This will be the top of the head. Follow me. All 2 bands at a time. Also in the center. 2 bands at a time. I will only give the snout a different color. The rest will be caramel. I love that. For the bulldog. 2 bands diagonally. 2 bands diagonally here. I'll grab 2 bands again of your main body color. Create a horizontal band. These are 2 bands. Now grab your ears. Well, let's start with this one. This is the mirrored one. You have a short side and a side with the extension on it. We're going to stick our hook through the short side, the bottom loops from the back to the front. It's like this. I will show you how it's on my hook. You can actually remove the tying band. And then I will show you guys how it's around my hook. Like this. Extension is on the right side. I have my hook through from the back to the front of the ear. I'm going to slide it over onto the set of 2 bands in the middle row in the center. This set, you can see what I'm doing. I need to slide it over there and replace those 2 bands. You don't have to do anything with the other side of the ear yet. Do the same thing on the opposite side. So stick your hook through from the back to the front. Remove your tying band. But now you have the extension on the opposite side. Like this. Also place it around those same 2 bands in the center. And replace those 2 bands. Don't do anything with those ears yet. Now grab 2 main body color bands and create a horizontal band. Yay! This will be the top of the head. Ears will need to be in front of that horizontal band. So it's behind it, kind of curved, but it doesn't matter. And the ears will need to be on top. But we will pull them through later. Grab a single main body color band, wrap around 4 times. Oh, I forgot to bring my certificate with me. Well, I still have to do another short video for that, but no time yet. I hope I can manage this week or next week. Well, guys, let's continue. Can you guys see this? The light is blocked by the ears. Well, go behind that cap band. Those 4 loops. I do have to turn my loom in order to see. Grab the first 2 bands you come across. Loom over. Go inside the cap band. Grab the next 2. Loom over. Then loom the entire center. Can be a bit tricky with those ears in the way. Simply loom up the entire center. Loom up the sides. But before we are going to remove this, you have to pull through the ears. Simply loom up everything. You don't have to attach anything. So pull through your ears, they need to be on top. The other loose end will need to be around it. So lift them up. Now you can remove the top of the head. Not really. We need to tie off. So grab 3 loose bands of a different color. Create slip knots so your work won't fall apart. That would be a waste of time. Now remove the top of your bulldog head from the loom. There you go. This is the top of the head. Looks really weird now, but it will be okay. I promise. I promise. It will be fine. So this will be the top of your bulldog head for now. It really does look weird, I know, but it will be fine after attaching everything. So let us continue with the middle portion of the head. Grab 2 main body color bands at a time and follow me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm counting in between, checking my diagram. These are all 2 bands of your main body color. And now the center. Now grab 3 of your main body color bands and place them there. Now we're going to change to black bands. If you want the snout to have a different color, you don't have to use black, of course. I used dark brown here. So you can also use white or the tan color, but I'm using black right now. So 2 bands of black or your snout color, depends on what you like. 2 bands in the center. 2 bands. I do have to place them at once, of course. 2 bands here. And now 2 diagonally this way. And 2 diagonally the other side, on the opposite side, of course. That will be the snout. Now grab 2 bands and create a horizontal band here. So these are also 2 black bands, or your snout color bands. That will be a horizontal band. Now grab 2 bands of your snout color. Wrap those 2 bands around your hook 3 times, creating a tiny chunk of bands around your hook that way. We will need to slide it over onto these 2 bands and these 2 bands. I'll turn my loom for this. So slide over the chunk. Place those 2 bands. We need to do the same thing on the opposite side, of course. Truly. So another tiny chunk, 2 bands wrapped around 3 times. And 1 is stuck, I guess, or not. Yeah, it is. Redo. Black is hard for me to see. That's why I don't use that color too often. It's hard for me to see in this light. I know you guys can see what I'm doing. It is hard for me. Maybe I need to grab those bands. Yeah, that's better. Replace those 2 black bands so it's the same process as opposite side. Now we can continue with horizontal bands. 2 black bands again, or your snout color. Now switch to your main body color and place 2 bands until you reach the top of the head, or the back of the head, I guess. So the upper jaw will be with 2 bands completely. Well, besides 3 you placed here, of course. Let us continue with the eyes, guys. Grab your eye color. Wrap that band around 2 times. Now grab a single black band. Wrap that around 4 times. Then grab your eye color band again and wrap around 2 times. Then your eye is finished. Should look like this around your hook. Now we need to grab a single main body color band. We need to double loop that band. Hold it with your finger and we need to slide over this eye onto that band. That's kind of hard. Sometimes this goes very easy and sometimes the bands just don't want to. They have a life on their own. No. Well, kind of weird eye again, but it will do. We have to place the eye from the 4th peg on the side to the 5th in the center. And the good part of the eye will have to face that way. So I will turn my loom so it will have to face this way now. This will be the nose. So good part of the eye will face towards the nose. Place it around the 4th peg on the side to the 5th in the center. Yay! Of course, we have to create a second eye exactly the same way. That's just what I'm doing, creating the second eye, and we need to place it onto the opposite side. So get it around there. Now grab a single black band. I will use a round black band from the metallic mix as a nose. Wrap it around 4 times around this peg. 3 and 4. If you can manage, it's hard to do that with the metallic bands. You can just reach 4 loops and nothing more, otherwise they will snap. Let me check, did I forget anything? Nope, I didn't. We will attach the top of the head, of course. But first, go behind that nose band you just placed. Grab the first 2 bands you come across and loom them over. Go inside the nose again. Grab the next 2 and loom over. Then we can loom up the center. I have extremely loose, stretched out black bands, but I will see how that looks. I guess. Loom the next set, those 3 bands, but don't continue any further. Can you see how stretched out my black bands are? Well, we will see how that goes. Also loom up the side, we can do that. Grab the 2 bottom bands. I guess we can already loom those. We can loom 1 set further. Actually, we can loom a lot further. We're going to loom the sides this time first, until you reach this point. Stop there. So leave 1 set untouched. Also on this side, stop there. Now grab the top of your head. Oh, I'm telling this, but this is not correct, guys. Oh, sorry, my mistake. We have to loom back 1 set. You can actually leave it like this, because we need to attach the ears on the set behind the eyes. You can leave it like this, it doesn't matter. Yeah. You can also pull them back if you want to, underneath. But to be honest, it ain't really necessary. But that's all there's to it. So loom up until these, okay? Leave 2 sets untouched. Now grab the top of your bulldog head. We need to have this upside down, so the ears are facing down with the 3 loose tying bands towards you. Stick your hook through the first loomed set in the center. It might be kind of difficult to find that set because it's kind of wobbly because of the ears, but you can manage. This is the cap band in the center, and we need to go down inside the set below the cap band. I will also need to kind of maneuver and stick my hook through and hope I have the correct set. Yeah, I managed to stick my hook through correctly. So it's on my hook like this, through the first loomed set in the center row. Like this, tying bands facing towards me. My hook is facing to the front. Now we need to grab those 2 bands inside the eye peg. We're going to pull them upwards and slide over the head upside down. So the head will remain upside down while pulling through. Make sure you go behind those eye bands, only grabbing the bottom 2 bands there. So I got them. I will slide over my head upside down. And then loom over the row in the middle until this point. So loom up 2 times more after placing this. Now we need to flip over the head. So those tying bands are facing towards you. Now really flip it over. And now they're facing from you. Yeah. The ears. We're going to start with the ear on this side. This ear. You need to stick your hook through from the back to the front. Through the bottom loops here. You still have a tying band around there. You need to follow the tying band and stick your hook through there from the back to the front. I will need to turn my loom, otherwise I can see where I'm sticking my hook through. Sorry, this is kind of difficult, but I'm still not through correctly. I can't see what I'm doing. That's weird. Am I through? No, I'm in between. Guys, make sure you have all loops and you are not in between those bands, otherwise your ear will fall apart. Yeah, I'm through correctly. Oh gosh, I'm chatting a lot. Well, that's fine. So my hook is through from the back to the front. And now we need to lift up these two. Hey, a blue hook. These two bands, we need to lift up these and slide over the ear onto there. So this is tricky, but you can manage. Lift up those two bands and slide over that ear. And replace those two bands. I hope you guys can see better on the opposite side, but loom up one set further. That's it for now. So you need to do the same thing on the opposite side, of course. Stick your hook through from the back to the front of the ear. Carefully remove the tying band. Well, that wasn't carefully, but remove the tying band. And we need to do the same thing. This is the tying band from the back of the head. Get out of there. I hope you guys can see better what I'm doing right now. So my hook is through from the back to the front of the ear. I will lift up these two loomed loops and slide over the ear there. If it wants to. No, I'm stuck. Why? Yeah, got them. Kind of maneuver that ear around a bit so those bands aren't badly twisted, but sometimes they just don't want to get untwisted, so leave it. And replace those two bands again, and also loom one set further on this side. Now lift up some part of the snout, not entirely. Just removing some part of the snout. I will remove it. Well, one set further, I guess. Yay, now it's actually completely loose. We need to attach those 3 loose sets to those 3 pegs. I will start in the center, stick your hook through from the top to the bottom. Remove the tying band. Place those loops around the peg in the center. And loom the final 2 bands. Like this. Repeat this on the side. And use the pegs on the side to attach those loops. And untwist those bands. If they are completely twisted, untwist them. If possible. Sometimes you just can't manage to do that. Loom the last set. And of course the set on the opposite side need to be done the same way. Attach it around the peg. Loom the last set, final set from the top of the head. Now grab 3 tying bands again. Tie off those 3 loose ends. Make slip knots on all sets. And then remove the top of your French Bulldog head from the loom. We need to kind of mold it already a tiny bit. We can't do it completely yet, because he or she will need a bottom jaw too. So you can kind of, well, actually maneuver those ears the way you want them to face. We'll squeeze them in later. I used a band to tie it together a tiny bit. I will show you after we placed the bottom jaw. Stick your hook through that nose band, kind of make it go on top, sort those loops out. If they want to, mine don't want to right now. Pull a bit on the eyes to make them go in front. A tiny bit. This will be the top of your Bulldog head. Ears look weird now, but we will pull them inwards a tiny bit later. So, well, put this aside for now. We will do the tiny bottom jaw right now. Grab your main body color. I will do this differently. I will attach it to the neck immediately. So it will be quite long, but just follow me, okay? 2 bands at a time, your main body color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to go down 6 times with 2 main body color bands on both sides. Both sides. Yeah, sometimes it's hard for me to chat English. Oh, I didn't even count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Also on the opposite side, go down 6 times with 2 main body color bands. Just checking. Checking. Again. 1, 2. Why didn't I write it down then? Or am I checking? I'm sorry guys, I'm checking something here I didn't draw correctly, but that doesn't matter. I will show you. Now go do the center. Also 2 bands at a time, main body color. But I do have to change one thing here, and I will do that instantly. So simply go down with 2 bands at a time, but I do have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Also go down 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Now grab a single main body color band. We need to double loop that in the center row. 1 double looped main body color band. Now we'll leave my loom like this, because we will be attaching double looped singles right now. So grab a double looped single snout color band, place it here, 1 in the center, and 1 on this side. All singles double looped. Now place 1 diagonally, also double looped, and 1 on the opposite side as well. Like this. This will be the bottom jaw. Grab a single snout color band, wrap it around this peg 4 times. I have no clue why my black bands are so super stretchy. I don't know. Yeah. Single black band or snout color band, double looped. Place it here, place a horizontal band, make a triangle. Another single snout color band, double looped. Also create a triangle there. And I guess the rest will be with 2 bands at a time. Yeah. Place 2 main body color bands at a time right now. And create your horizontals until you reach the top of your loom or the side of your loom. Like that. Looks cute. Well, anyways, this is the bottom jaw and neck. I forgot pink for my tongue. Where's my beautiful skin tone pink? Where are you? Yeah. Sorry, I'm going to open a bag here. We don't need much though. So grab some pink bands for the tongue. Place a single pink double loop band here. So this is a single double looped. Then place 2 pink bands and use a single pink band again and wrap that around 3 times only. And loom this. This will be the tongue. Very tiny and a little bit thick. I think that's cute. But you can also use 2 double loop bands instead if you want the tongue to be quite small. But I want a bigger tongue in front. Just loom up the tongue and leave it around your loom. For now, we will attach it soon. Let us continue. Go behind the cap band you placed here and grab the first double loop band you come across. Go inside that band again, grab the next and grab this one. Now loom up 1 set further. Is that correct? I'm asking you guys, but you don't know. That's because I draw something wrong here in my diagram. Well, a different color. That makes it weird. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No, this is correct. Grab your tongue and attach it around this peg you just loomed up to in the center. And now I do have to count because we have the neck also here. Now we can loom up 1, 2, 3 sets in the center. 3. So this is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's correct. We will attach the back of the head onto these. Loom up the sides once. Then we're going to attach the top of the head there. So grab the top of your head, have it on its side. Search for the bands beneath the eye. Actually, the bands behind your snout color. So your first main body color bands you come across, grab the top 2 loops and the bottom 2 loops from the side. Like this. Stick your hook through there. Then grab the bands inside here. So we're going to attach this side first. Grab those 2 bands there. Pull them upwards and slide over that head there. And then loom. And we can actually loom up 2 more times, I guess. Yeah, 2 more times. And then we need to attach the other side of the head. So search for the bands here. 2 loops on the top and 2 loops on the bottom. Stick your hook through there. And also loom up these 2. Well, don't loom them yet, just pull them upwards. Oh dear. I have to redo because I have too many bands around my hook. Make sure you have only the top 2 and the bottom 2 bands there. I had a bit too much bands on my hook. Pull through or slide over the head, depends on what you like. Loom those 2 bands and also loom up twice more on that side. Then we're going to remove the bottom jaw a tiny bit, not completely, because we need to attach the back of the head. And one tiny bit further, I guess. This will be enough. Now all there's left to do is attaching these 3 loose ends to those 3 pegs. And then we just loom up and we have a neck already attached. Yay! So we don't have to do that separately. Well, I guess I figured I will try it this way. Never done it this way before. Well, loom up. Also the sets on the side, stick your hook through there, remove that tying band, attach it around the peg you just loomed up to. Then loom up those 2 at the bottom. I'm doing just 1 set to secure it. But we need to loom the entire thing, of course. Already busy for 42 minutes and 6 seconds. Just to let you know, attach this set on the side too. On the peg you just loomed up to. And my bands are totally twisted. I don't want that. Loom up. And actually simply loom up everything. Otherwise we need to remove it, attach this horizontal band and, well, name it. So just loom up until you reach every, well, finished looming everything. Now grab 3 tying bands again and tie off your finished head with neck. Yay! I thought this would be easier to do it this way. And remove the rest of the head and neck. And I hope I didn't forget anything with looming. No, I didn't. It worked, it worked. Well, and there we have finished bulldog head. Here's the tongue. You can pull on it a tiny bit. You can also pull a bit on the bottom jaw. Kind of squeeze it, pull it. Oh, this looks cute. Awesome. Well, the ears. I told you guys I would tell you something about it. You don't have to do that, by the way. You can leave it like this and just push them inwards a tiny bit if you think that's enough, but you can also secure them better if you want to. That way, well, I'm going to show you something you might not like, but it does work. Which bands should we use to pull this thing together a tiny bit? The cap band? No. Yeah. Well, depends which bands did I use here. I'm checking. Just checking. Yeah, I guess I did use the cap band. Well, stick your hook through the cap band on this side. There is a cap band there. But you don't need all 4 loops, I guess. No, I'm sticking it through the set. Doesn't matter. I'll actually pull it through 2 loops of the cap band. Stick my hook through there. Then I will make a slip knot with a single band. Oh, I did do this with the unfinished head. Now I remember. I forgot how I did this. But it doesn't matter. We can do it anyway. So make a slip knot around some bands. Actually, you can use random bands. But tie something around that ear. Then go through the top of the head and the middle portion of the head. Pull through that single band. You can actually pull this tight already. And you can see what will happen. You might need to hold. But you can see what is happening. Can you guys see that? I'm actually pulling it kind of inside. But we also need to get this band through some loops on this ear. So also pick some bands there. You can use random bands. It doesn't matter. As long as they're beneath. Also pull through that same single band through some bands on the opposite side. And then we can pull tight a tiny bit. Not too hard, but now we need to maneuver our hook through again, through the top and the middle portion of the head. And we need to pull that single band through there. Pull it through. Yeah, I got it. Then we can actually pull more tight if you want to. Look, this way you can actually pull tight. You might want to stick your hook through some bands inside the head. Just randomly, I'm just picking some bands, it doesn't matter. Pull through that single band again. Use a C-clip. There is no way to do this, guys. You will have to figure out. No, not figure out. I showed you how to do it, but find the bands you can use to do this. It will depend on how you loom this yourself. And how you like it the best yourself. We need to push in that C-clip inside the head somewhere. If it wants to. Mine don't want to go inside the head. Go inside that head. Please. Maybe it helps if I ask nicely. But I don't think that will help. Well, it's kind of inside right now. And then you can pull out those ears a tiny bit. If you want to, pull them down. So in this way, they aren't sticking out that much as they were. So that's just a way to influence how the ears will face. So you can decide yourself what you like best, guys. It's kind of tricky with this dog. But it's the only way how I could make this work for myself. So this will be the top of your French Bulldog head. So put this aside for now and let us continue with what? You know what? We're going to do the stomach first, so I don't have to switch my loom just yet. Have your loom still like this. Grab your stomach color. This can be white. I will use that same camo 10 light color. And follow me 2 bands at a time. This will be the stomach. 2 diagonally. Will be a very tiny stomach though. It will fit on your loom entirely with ease. Now go down a couple of times. I don't know how much. 2 bands at a time. let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You need to go down 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. Same thing on the opposite side. So let's do that first. It's quite easy because you now can see how far you need to go. Try to put them around so they aren't twisted. Makes it look so much better. So my French Bulldog will have a light stomach. Now place 2 bands diagonally, like this, and diagonally on the opposite side. And go down 2 times, again with 2 bands. Use the same color cap band. So place a cap band, wrap it around 4 times here. Like that. Kind of sort this out. This will be in the neck or on the neck. So kind of make it look neat as far as you can. As best as you can. Yeah, double looped singles of your main body, your stomach collar. Simply place them across until you reach the end. Only around those 2 pegs, that will do. All singles, double looped. Is this thing still recording? Yes, it is. I don't check that often. Simply place horizontal bands until you're done. You can't place them anymore. Like this. Now grab your main body color, unless this is the same color as your main body color. We need to put some loose bands around here. Place 2 of them there. We need to place 2 of them here. Because my body will be this color. That's why I'm doing this. Place singles on this side, on both sides, until you reach the top. Well, not completely. Yeah. Just follow me. I will turn my loom. Then you guys can see better. So these are 2 loose bands. The rest will be with 1 single band. Try to search for some bands that are nice and round. Not bands like this. Well, you can always also use those, but I like round bands for this, if I have them. So simply lay them around the back and don't do anything with it. Yeah, that's it. And we will simply tie off the top of the stomach with 2 of your main body colors, so don't worry. Go behind the cap band you just placed and loom over. I switched to my blue hook. I guess I'm using my green hook. Continue looming up. Grab the first 2 bands, loom diagonally. Grab the next 2, loom diagonally. Simply loom up both rows, but we start with this row. Pretend those loose bands aren't there. But if they fall off before you loomed, replace. We will need it to stitch the stomach inside the body. Simply loom upwards. Then loom diagonally. Go behind the horizontal band. Then loom the other side. Like this. simply loom up. We don't have to do anything weird or difficult, or just loom up the entire thing. Loom up the final set in the center. Those 2 bands, and now grab 2 main body color bands and tie off with those 2. Make a slip knot with those 2 bands. Pull tight, not too tight though. Remove the stomach from the loom. Carefully, there are a lot of double loop bands here. This will be a totally different bulldog puppy, but also cute. So this will be your stomach. Pull outwards all those loose bands. It's kind of slightly curving. That's correct. It's supposed to be like that. This will be the bottom, and this will be the inside, because you can see all those loose bands there. So we will use the beautiful side as the outside. You will see this. Pull 1 to the left and 1 to the right here, and just leave those 2 there. So put this aside. This will be your stomach. Let us continue and do the legs. Make sure your loom is set into a rectangular shape for the legs. Am I forgetting anything? No, we have the head finished. Stomach. Ah, that's correct. The legs, 2 bands at a time. I'm going to start with front legs. This is your main body color, by the way. 2 bands at a time, unless I say something else. So now place 2 diagonally. Now we continue with 3 bands at a time to make the leg a bit thicker. So 3 here and 3 there. Oh, get them all around there, of course. That's about it. Yeah, grab a single main body color band. We need to double loop it here to make a horizontal band. Single double looped again, horizontal band. Now we need to create a paw. We need to create a tiny knot inside 1 band, so make a figure 8 on your loom. Oh, can you guys see that here? I will do it here. Maybe that's better. Yeah, you can see it better if I do it here. So make a figure 8 like this on your loom. Hold it. Twist it again and pull it upwards. Then I need to check. Yeah, pull over the bottom loop, and also on the opposite side the bottom loop, pull over, and then you have a tiny knot in the center. I'll show you guys once more. Sometimes this just won't work, or you grab the wrong loop. Grab the bottom. It's the second. We need to create 4. This is tricky, guys. Took me a couple of times. I can do it on those. I'll need to do it here. Otherwise I won't have room to twist my band. Simply lift up. It's quite simple to create a knot. Just try, you can manage. But it's hard to do it on the other side of my loom. Like that. I hope you understand what I did. Remove this. Pull tight a tiny bit. This will be, these are the nails. Obviously you need to create a second front leg, so you will have to do this again and again and again, also for the back legs. So if you get the hang of it, it's easy. So you have your 4 nails there. Get them all around your hook. Those tiny nails. I just love the way the paws. Well, for dogs, I love this way to create paws. So get all 4 of those nails around your hook. Then grab a single main body collar band. We need to double loop that band. Hold it with your finger, slide over all those nails onto there. And kind of flip them to the other side. Then just pull that double loop band on the back of your hook and still hold it with your finger. Grab 3 main body collar bands again. And we need to wrap those around. This is the first time it's around my hook. We need to wrap it around a second and a third time. So you will get a tiny chunk. Then replace that double looped. Hold it with your finger, otherwise it will slide off. Replace the double loop band. Reclaim. And this will be your paw. But now grab 3 main body collar bands again. Or your leg collar if you are using different color, I don't know. And we need to slide everything onto there. This is tricky, so take your time. But you don't want to redo everything you just did. So take your time with the chunk of bands. I missed one here. So this, my chunk of bands will be messy. Because I missed one, but it will have to. And then the final double looped band. I will pull my finger out and my hook out to sort it out a bit, but do this carefully because it can slide off, of course, and then you have to redo your whole paw. This will be the paw. I'm going to stick my hook in quickly before I lose my bands. And I don't want that to happen. So you need to reclaim both sides on your hook, so you have 6 loops around your hook. And then this will be the paw. We need to place that paw on this peg. Where we ended with placing those 3 bands. You need to place it around there, all 6 loops. And then we need to loom. So go behind those 6 loops, grab the bottom 3, loom over the next 3. Try to sort them out a tiny bit. Grab the first 2 bands you come across now. I only have 1, yeah, 2. Loom diagonally, then loom the entire row here. Simply loom up. And that's it. This is one leg, one front leg. Create a second one. Don't mirror anything, just make it exactly the same way and you will be fine. Truly. Again, I'm very truly in this tutorial, I guess. A new word. So this will be one tiny front leg. Go back and create your second front leg. Yeah? Now we're going to do the back leg. Kind of the same process, but a tiny bit thicker. So grab 2 bands at a time. Place 2 there. Also your main body color. And simply follow me. It will be almost the same. Grab 2 bands at a time. Not 1. 2 diagonally, and 2 diagonally again. Now go down 2 times with 3 bands. Sorry. So grab 3 main body color bands and go down 2 times. So again 3 and down. Are these 3? Yeah. Now grab 2 and create a horizontal band here and 1 single double looped here. This will be the back leg. Now create another paw, create 4 nails. Same way as I showed you guys before. Normally I would do this before, so I only have to show you guys once and it will save some time, but then again it's not that hard to do this. Once you have the hang of it, by the way. It took me a while to do this, well, kind of quickly. It's not that quickly, but it's tricky. But doable. So again, 4 nails. Oh, you have to create a paw exactly the same way. It will be the same paw as the front leg. So pull tight a tiny bit. This one is badly twisted. You will have a twisted nail, my dear. Like this. Get all of them around your hook. All those nails. Have them on your hook again. Grab a single main body color band. Double loop that band. Slide over all those nails onto there. There you go. Kind of flip them to your right side. Push back the double loop band so the nails will stay on there. Grab 3 main body color bands again. Slide them over. This is 1 time around my hook and wrap them around 2 times more. So you have a chunk there in the center of your hook. Big chunk of bands. Reclaim that double loop band. And there you have your second paw, or actually I guess the third for you guys. Grab 3 main body color bands again and slide everything onto there. I can't even hold this. Missed one again. Or more. No one. That's it. And those 2. That double loop band again. Now we also need to sort this out. Sort of. I'm pulling that double loop band a bit to the side. On both sides. So the chunk will be a bit free there. Kind of pull on those nails. There you have your other paw. Attach it here, where we stop placing those 3 bands. It doesn't matter which way that paw is facing, by the way. Well, it does actually, but doesn't matter how you attach it. You can flip it in the right direction later or after you attached it. Well, my bands are twisted, but that's too bad for my bands, I guess. The paw needs to face like this, in that direction. Now let's continue looming, guys. Grab those 3 bands and loom upwards. And again. Now grab those 2 diagonally bands first. 2. loom diagonally, loom up this row entirely, then grab the next 2 bands, 2, loom them diagonally here, then loom this row, grab the next 2, and the final 2. Grab 3 bands of a different color and create some slip knots here, so your work won't come loose. Yay! You finished one back leg. Good job! Remove it from your loom. Always get stuck there with me. Oh, did I forget to loom one band there? No, I didn't. So this will be one back leg. Obviously, you need to go back and create a second back leg. And then you will have reached the end of part 1. So I will show you guys what you should have done so far. You should have done 2 back legs, the stomach already done, 2 front legs, and the best part, the head and neck for your Frenchie, for your French Bulldog. Yay, you're cute. So guys, I hope you had fun in part 1, and just go check out part 2 and see you over there. Bye bye!